What's up, YouTube? James, Biggie here, and I know I said I wasn't going to put up many videos over this next week or so because my vacation and work and all that sort of stuff, but I found some time this evening to at least make a quick version of the It's Late, Let's Ramble podcast, which I am still calling it. It's 2 a.m. on the 2nd, well, now officially the 2nd of September. And, it's late and I'm going to ramble a little bit. Not too much new or interesting's happened, at least personally, in the world. The hurricane that just fucked Houston up, that sucks. Like, for those out in Houston, I hope you guys are safe now, or at least finding your way to safety and recovering and beginning your recovery well. And I hope that people who were affected in this bounce back and recover and handle their shit. I had a personal issue with some folks. Actually, a not close family member, but like a cousin of my dad or something like that, or somebody like tangentially related to me, posted a let's start a prayer chain sort of thing on Facebook and pray for Houston for this hurricane and stuff. And I understand well wishing and hoping the best for people in their situation and their time of need, as well as, wanting to be a decent person and care for other people. However, where this whole prayer thing breaks down for me is nowhere in this post where they're going to start a prayer chain was it, let's start a donation chain, or let's start a food drive or a supply gathering train to send to these people in need. And for me, praying for somebody is fine, but it doesn't help. Let's be real. Somebody taking the time to post something on Facebook about praying is going to make people's lives better. It's not going to fix the roof that got blown the fuck off of their home. It's not going to give them dry clothes to wear or clean water to drink. So, you're welcome to have your prayer circles or your prayer chains and post it on Facebook, but unless you're doing anything real to help or donating money to someplace that can do something real to help, don't even bother. Come on. Seriously. It's something that people do to make themselves look like they care without actually caring. And that for me is a problem. I don't damn anybody for their religion, but don't utilize it to try to make yourself feel good. It's selfish to me and greedy, and I wish people wouldn't do that sort of thing. So that was the thing. It immediately rubbed me the wrong way, and I thought I would mention that. Beyond that, like I said, the folks in Houston and affected by this hurricane, I hope you guys are doing okay. I donated a very little bit, as I have my own bills and stuff to worry about. I donated a little bit of money to the Red Cross. Good luck, guys. I hope some of the money I spent to donate finds you, and this is not me looking for a pat on the back or anything. I'm just saying I did a very, very tiny bit. Not nearly my part, but I tried a little bit. Beyond that, work's been really busy. I've been super busy tattooing all week, and I'm very tired, and my back hurts a lot because of it, but I wouldn't change it for the world, so thank you to all the folks that I tattooed this week, and to all the folks that have set up appointments or have come by the new shop. It means a lot. YouTube game's still going okay. Other channels got like 124 subscribers. This channel's still hovering on like 26, 27. So that's cool. Me and my girlfriend Allison went and watched Close Encounters of the Third Kind in the movie theater the other day. And like, not the IMAX, but whatever. It's called GTX, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It's a bigger theater with a bigger screen and better sound quality. Close Encounters of the Third Kind is a classic. Steven Spielberg at like not the beginning, but like I feel like the movie that made it feel like that dude is something special and a filmmaker that can do something that not many other filmmakers can. And it was cool seeing it on a big screen, remastered and stuff, and she had never seen it, so it was nice watching it with her. That movie still holds up. It's intense, it's interesting, it's for its time. I certainly can imagine seeing that when it came out being like really fucking impressive and really, really interesting and new. So that was cool. It was a lot of fun. I worked on one of my days off this week to cover for Thomas at the shop. He's out on vacation with his fiancée Allison. So I worked an extra day, got some drawing done, hung out a bit. So that was alright. What else? I've got to get prepared to go on this little 2-day getaway thing, which means I have to go buy dog and cat food and make sure that's all stocked up. I have to have my parents come over so I can walk them through what they need to do to take care of my animals. I'm going to have to do that probably Sunday after I get out of work and figure that stuff out. Outside of that, not a ton of news going on. We have, back to the hurricane thing, we have a hurricane hovering around the Atlantic Ocean, just chilling, gaining force, and it's going to make landfall about 10 days from now, something after like next Friday or so, or as soon as next Friday. So that's interesting. It's one of those things, when you live in Florida your whole life, we don't take hurricanes seriously here. My whole life, there have been a number of storms that come about, and everybody sort of watches the news, and they're like, you know, get your supplies ready, get your stuff together, prepare your evacuation plan and all that. And people in Florida are just like, no, that's okay. We'll be fine. And 9 times out of 10, we're fine. Like, not to not heed the warning, but when you live through this stuff as long as I have, you learn that, like, even the ones that are supposed to be really bad are never as bad as they seem. Generally speaking. This one looks like the real deal, and it very well could be, but there is also some number of, not fear-mongering, but some number of, like, driven by the media sort of fear instilled in people that aren't used to this sort of stuff. In the 29 years I've lived in Florida, 28 years I've lived in Florida, we've evacuated for one storm. My family and I, when I was in 7th grade, we loaded up the car and we started driving north. We ended up in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a few days. Storm came through, nothing happened. Nothing changed. And I know, just coming off of talking about how Houston got pummeled, and, you know, after seeing things like that and Hurricane Katrina in New Orleans, how I could still sit here and say these things, like, it just is what it is. In Florida, like, people don't give a fuck. Like, it's very rare to have that sort of panic driven. I lived through, I believe it was like 2003, 2004. There was one summer where, like, I think 4 storms hit Florida back to back to back to back. Things were fine. Like, for the most part. I know people were affected by those storms, and people have been affected by storms, certainly in Florida. Back in the 90s, Hurricane Andrew hit South Florida really hard. But in the weird sort of place that I live in Florida, which is about an hour north of Tampa, we have this weird bubble that just storms will be coming right at us, and they'll deflect and like bump off and go above us, or go below us, or circle back into the Atlantic, or like make landfall north of us, lose power, and circle back to us, but by the time they hit us, it's nothing. And it just becomes rain and obnoxiousness. Like, it's not anything. Alright, it's raining and cool. People in Florida don't take that shit seriously. And I know people in New Orleans didn't take it seriously at first, and people in Houston didn't, and I get it. Well, certain people in Houston didn't. I'm sure many took it seriously. But, yeah, Florida's the weirdest state in America. We have this weird mix of people here, many of which come from up north, many of which are, not many of which, but a good bit of which are born and raised here and have that sort of, like, not to talk down or speak ill of anybody, but have that sort of, like, southern rednecky, like, good old boys, pickup truck and shotgun sort of mentality. And then folks from New York and from New Jersey and Boston and Philadelphia and Chicago and stuff come down here and complain about why it's not as good as where they came from, but yet they're still here. And then there's like folks like myself. My parents moved me down here from Ohio when I was 3, and I have a love-hate thing with Florida. It is certainly my home because I've been here most of my life. However, I kind of fucking hate it here. I hate the weather. There's not a ton of culture in my area, or many things to do, or many things of interest to me. But there's some good people here, and I have a lot of friends and family here that I wouldn't trade for the world. And that's what keeps me here, and that's what brought me back here after I moved for a year to North Carolina. Yeah, Florida's fucking weird, though. Certainly, whenever you watch like those late night shows that make fun of news stories of weird shit that happens in Florida, it's all completely true. Like, whenever you hear some weird news story about Florida, and you're like, that can't be true. It's true. It happens. Florida's fucking strange. And, it's cool, though. I like it that way. Anyway, I got work tomorrow. I have a couple appointments. Nothing too major or insane or too involved. But I have those coming up. Some stuff to draw still. Yeah, interesting things coming up, maybe. Who knows? The fall's coming up. Summer's coming to an end. And in the fall, notoriously, that's when the slow season happens here. But, knock on wood, the last 2 or 3 slow seasons haven't been as bad. And I've stayed steady throughout them. Yeah, so that is what it is. That's something to look forward to. Halloween's coming up. There's a lot of good movies coming up. The new It movie comes out next week. I really want to go see that. Kingsman has a sequel coming up. I'd like to go see that. The Thor movie and Justice League movie come out in November. So, and new Star Wars, of course. Can't not mention Star Wars in December. 2017 is flying the fuck by. Holy shit. This year seems like it just started, but we're all already like 2/3 of the way there. That's bananas to me. Time flies, man. You get old, and every year it seems like goes by quicker, and every day seems like a routine, and they just, each day melts away quicker and quicker and quicker. Before you know it, it's like a whole year is almost gone. And all the goals that you set for yourself at the beginning of the year, as people do, you realize how many of them you didn't accomplish. I'm not a resolution guy. I don't make resolutions for New Year's, just because it's setting yourself up to let yourself down. So, we've got a few more months left this year. It's been an okay year. I can't complain. Big changes have come. Life has provided me a decent fucking time and a decent fucking comfortable life this year, and I'm cool with that. I've got a lot of good shit going on in my life. My girlfriend's great. My new job is great. My animals are great. I need a break. I certainly need to fucking take a breather, and that's what this trip, this little getaway is going to be on Wednesday and Thursday. And hopefully that's enough. Part of me doesn't think it will be. I know 2 days isn't a long time. I've worked 6 days a week for a long time, and then 5 days a week for a long time now. And a lot of hours. I miss out on a lot of things I'd like to do. And I put all of my time and effort into work and into spending a lot of my time working and trying to make money to pay my bills so I can have some comfortable shit. And a lot of the time it feels like you don't get to utilize and enjoy that comfortable shit that you have because you're busy working. So I'd like to take a break from it all and just stretch out and relax. And 2 days, I hope, will be enough to give me a little bit of a recharge and at least get me through the next couple months. And then I'll assess from there what I gotta do to recharge again and to start all over again with this whole cycle. Yeah, life moves fast, man. I'm getting old. I feel like I talk about getting old a lot on this fucking channel, but shit, man. It's crazy. They say things like, you start realizing in your 30s when you start seeing your friends like settling down and having kids and getting married and doing that thing, you feel like they're passing you by. I'll get there. I'm not in a hurry for any of it. I have a feeling I'm gonna get married, and I know that I would like to spend all my time with Allison, so it's just a matter of doing it. I'm sure that will probably happen in the near future, or in the future in general. The having a kid thing, I'm still up in the air about. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm also not opposed to it not happening. I don't know. I generally don't like kids. Sounds shitty, but kids suck. They're kind of like tiny little just responsibilities that I haven't quite figured out what the reward is for that. For just creating this human out of nothing and just being like, okay, well, I did this, I made this thing, now what the fuck? So, I don't know. I have a lot of friends that are parents and love it, and I don't think I could see them not being parents, so I'm sure I'll seek advice from them. Fuck, it is late. It is 2:22 now. Still rambling. I think the later these go and the longer these go, the more I ramble and the more fucking philosophical and weird I get. Which is cool. The two of you that see this, that hang on till the end will enjoy it, I'm sure. Shit. I think that's about it. I think I'm going to go to bed. My back hurts a lot. I'm tired and I'm old. And I hope that somebody found this interesting. I hope that my face is well enough lit for you guys to see. Other than that, my laptop background isn't that entertaining, but whatever. Yeah, we're just at about 20 minutes, so it was a shorter one. But thank you guys. Comment down below, subscribe, like, and all that shit, which I have a problem with. I feel like I'm going to stop saying that on my videos, because it seems like pandering. It seems like desperate, I think. Like, share, comment, whatever, and I get it, you're supposed to do that on YouTube, and I've been playing ball on this whole YouTube thing since I started it, and I've been like, yo, comment, like my shit, subscribe, tell your friends, fucking all that. But, I don't get shit out of it, outside of knowing that maybe a few more people watch this, which is cool. And I would like people to watch this if I put the time into doing it. But I feel like, at least for this channel, I feel like my other channel where I talk about Magic the Gathering, it's all, for the most part, positive. And I get to talk about something I really enjoy doing that's a lot of fun. So I'm going to be more happy and more positive. But this is where I talk about all the baggage and shit and all the life shit. And I'm fucking, I don't have the energy to talk about that shit. And then be like, also subscribe to my videos. Like and share. Comment down below. If you want to fucking talk to me. Comment down below. And if you're watching this, you've probably subscribed. I don't think any motherfuckers are stumbling upon my shit. I don't think YouTube is pushing this channel out there. I don't think that we're in their, the sweet spot for their algorithms. So, if you're here and you're watching this, cool. I appreciate it. Don't do anything extra that you wouldn't already do. So I don't really care. Cynical I am about this YouTube stuff, and today and this week in general. It's been decent. I've had a good time. I've done some stuff, but I'm fucking tired, y'all. I am beyond tired. So that's it. I've rambled. I hope that somebody listened, because it's cool to just sit here and look at the camera or look at my computer and talk and ramble and know that maybe somebody will listen, and I don't have to feel guilty, because you could start this video and you'd be like, oh, cool, he's talking about this movie we went and saw, and then be like, alright, that's enough of this, and then click off of it, and then save yourself from hearing this shit when it gets later and I ramble more. So that's it. Podcasting's hard. I think that at some point I would like to actually have a conversation with somebody, and then that could turn into something more interesting. But it's hard enough to figure out time to do this just myself. So trying to involve and schedule another human around it, probably not incredibly easy to pull off. But anyway, that's it. I've said my piece, and yeah. Hopefully next week I'll be back, and after my vacation I'll have something interesting to talk about. Maybe I'll fucking eat some cool food, or go see something interesting, or try a new beer, or get laid, or something. Something fun, and talk about that. Either way, that's it, and I'll talk to you again whenever.